What's up, gamers? Metallic Rock back with the Week 7 recap. This week, we're starting off with our vault. We, of course, have 3 vault slots, and there wasn't too crazy loot this week. I mean, we had a couple of myth options we could have taken. Gloves were an offer, and we also had a head listed, and of course, I'm going to go with the head. I'm pretty sure by the end of the season, the glove should be my off-piece, even though I've been wearing 5-piece the whole season. We're going to be starting the week off in a 13 rookery. Nice and strong start to the week. I actually full pugged a 12 workshop that we timed with like a minute left, even though the healer died 3 times on the last boss. But, so I do have a workshop 12 that I don't have any footage of. I don't know, I just like opened the game and jumped into a random pug key, kind of just because, not really expecting to time it or anything, just for fun, and we ended up timing it, so I should have recorded that. That's on me. But after that, I'm in a 3 stack and a 13 rookery. Things were going really smooth. We had gotten to the door of the second boss with 0 deaths. First boss was perfectly fine, all the trash in the beginning perfectly fine, up until right here where whoever had that circle, I think, just stood on all the ranged, and they all blew up. So we caught like 3 deaths right here, I think. 2 or 3. But we recovered pretty quickly and then moved on. We finished up the rest of the dungeon, worked our way down to the final boss before blowing him up pretty quickly. And for this dungeon, we're going to go ahead and pick up pretty good score, 11 score, 28-38. So we're getting up there. Should be able to get into the 2900s by the end of the week. And it's a great start to the season. We have the couple 12s on the board, Workshop, Dark Flame, Motherlode, and now a 13 Rookery. Looking pretty good. After that, we started on a 13 Theater of Pain. Now, for this Theater of Pain, spoilers, I brick it. Now, I've copied a route for 13s, like 12 pluses, from the internet, and a little bit the route's fault, a little bit my fault. It had some bad instructions that needed to be updated, and the result of it looks like this. So we are at Mordretha, missing about 4.5% when we kill her. So as soon as we kill her, we run over to the announcer guy that comes down, and we teleport downstairs. But we've cleared everything in Zav's wing, and all the stuff in the ghost wing is inaccessible. So what ends up happening is we have to go to the stink wing. When we get there, there's still almost 2 minutes left, but we need both of the gas bags. So I pull 2 gas bags together, hoping we can maybe just burst them down in like a minute and a half. But, I mean, it was doomed, man. It was a bad idea. Sorry to everybody involved here. This was still the same 3 stack from earlier, but I really do think this dungeon was timeable if the route, let's say miscommunication, hadn't occurred. After that, we jumped into a 12 Floodgate, which honestly was a pretty fun dungeon. I ran a different route in Floodgate as well, and this one actually worked. Something that I'm a little bit concerned with is Floodgate's one of the dungeons that, as a tank, I feel the most nervous about scaling into high keys. Like, pretty much every single boss, except the second boss, has like really big tank busters. You can see Mama take my health down to like 40% there on 1 hit. And here you can see Swamp Face is going to do the same thing, even though this time I'm going to activate meta. So there goes meta, but I still get taken down to like 40%. That's like pretty crazy. All in all, we're able to get the dungeon done pretty easily with about 2 minutes left on the final boss. A couple of deaths on the board, but it's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and pick up 25 score, putting us at 2863. Moving on to the next dungeon. We attempted 13 Dark Flame, where a random was self-admittedly not performing their best. They said something like they were on 8 hours of keys straight, and they just needed to tap out. If only they had tapped out right before getting in the group, that would have been a little more ideal for us, but no hard feelings. We end up wiping on the first boss here, and we just go ahead and try to send a different dungeon after that. But it would have been really good to get the 13 Dark Flame. After a little bit of time has passed, I'm emboldened to jump back into Theater of Pain. Actually, I think what happened is our keys just rolled back into a Theater of Pain, Unfortunately, this time it's a 12, not a 13, which we almost timed last time. But with the route fixes and all, we were sure we had this one in the bag, and sure enough, we had 100% trash before we had even gotten a gore chop. Remember, when you're given the option to compensate or overcompensate, you always want to overcompensate. We just pull this trash into the boss, finish up gore chop and Mordretha, and we get some more score on the board. I picked up 43 points in this dungeon, and now I'm above 2,900. We're really getting close. After that, we had one more key to do for the week. We got a group together where we were in a 12 Priory. I like Priory, actually. This is still one of my favorite dungeons. I think that Priory has a little bit of a difficult timer. We had pretty few deaths, and the group was slamming pretty similar damage the whole time. But either way, we time it with about 3 minutes left. I actually got blinded on this boss like a bozo. But I'm going to pick up another 25 score here, a mythic signet or a heroic signet of the Priory, and that's going to put me to 2931, which is pretty good. With all that, we're finishing up the week at 2931. We're 113 in all 12s except Cinder Brew on the board. I didn't do a Cinder Brew at all last week. So this next week, I'm going to be looking to get into a Cinder Brew, and then probably the 3 easiest 13s. You need about 4 13s and 4 12s to get 3K. And then after that, we will have achieved the goal of this series. We should be doing it by the Week 8 recap next Wednesday. So I hope to see you all next week. I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you enjoyed this series and want to see what I'm working on for after it, go ahead and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.